Track 9. Interview 1. So, Cynthia, you are a web designer and you work for a company in Jakarta. Tell us about your typical day. What time do you get up in the morning?
I always get up at 7 o'clock and I leave for work at 8. There's a lot of traffic at that time of the day, and it takes me about an hour and a half to get to the office.
What's the first thing you usually do when you get to work?
I make coffee and then turn on the computer.
Where do you have lunch?
I usually have lunch at my desk.
How often do you travel on business?
I never travel on business.
What do you do at night?
I have 2 little children. My mother takes care of them during the day, so I like to spend time with them at night.
Thanks for the interview, Cynthia. Interview 2. Mike, I know you are a sales manager for Southeast Asia. Tell us about your typical day. What time do you get up in the morning?
Well, I don't often need more than 6 hours of sleep, so I'm usually up by 6:30 and at my desk by 7:30.
And what's the first thing you usually do when you get to work?
First, I have a meeting with my team. Then I check my email. There are always some I have to answer quickly.
Where do you usually have lunch?
I always have lunch in the company cafeteria.
And how often do you travel on business?
I travel a lot. I often visit different sales offices in Southeast Asia.
What do you do in the evenings?
Well, I often have to stay in the office late. In the evenings, there are often conference calls with the main office in the U.S.
Thanks for talking with me, Mike. Interview 3. Kitty Wang, you work for a fashion company in Shanghai. Tell us about your typical day. What time do you get up in the morning?
I usually get up at 7:30. I always start work at 9.
And what is the first thing you usually do when you get to work?
I check in with my colleagues, then I go to my computer to check my email.
What time do you get up in the morning?
I usually eat lunch with my colleagues in a cafe near the office. There's a nice cafe just around the corner.
So how often do you travel on business?
About 3 times a year. I always go to the fashion shows in Paris, Milan, and London.
What do you do in the evenings?
Not a lot. I'm usually too tired.
Thanks, Kitty.